In this lecture, we are going to look at a new notebook that will help us analyze and verify the differences between close prices and adjusted close prices for our specific datasets. Recall that this is because our dataset contains both close and adjusted close prices, whereas the Kaggle dataset does not. As usual, you can look at the title of the notebook to determine what notebook we are currently looking at. So to start, we're going to download the CSV we created earlier called sp500 sub.csv. Recall that this is the dataset we downloaded ourselves from Yahoo Finance. Next, we're going to import pandas and load in our data frame using pd.readcsv. Since we'd like the dates to appear on the x-axis of our charts, we're going to say index call equals date and set parse dates equals true. Next, we'll do a df.head to ensure that our data frame is in the correct format, so the dates appear as the index. Next, we're going to grab Google's close prices. To do this, we're going to filter our data frame to select only the rows where name equals Goog. We'll assign that to a variable called Goog. Next, we're going to select the columns close and adjusted close. We're going to call the plot function in order to plot these two columns in a line chart with a figure size of 1010 so that we can see the plot more clearly. So what do we see? Well, it appears that the close price is pretty much the same as the adjusted close price. Why is this? If we look down at the x-axis, our chart definitely includes the dates from 2014, when Google had its stock split. Therefore, this helps us to verify that in our dataset, the non-adjusted close price already accounts for stock splits. Because of this, both the close price and the adjusted close price are the same. As an exercise, you should also verify that the Kaggle dataset contains the same prices. That is, we can use the Kaggle dataset without having to worry about dealing with stock splits. Furthermore, we can also verify that Google doesn't pay dividends. If Google did pay dividends, the adjusted close price would be different from the close price. Next, we have the same code as above to filter each row by stock symbol and then plot the close price and the adjusted close price, except this time we're doing it for Apple instead of Google. So what do we see? Well, again, we see that there does not appear to be any stock split shown in the graph. In 2014, Apple had a 7-for-1 stock split. Thus, if that stock split did appear on this graph, the close price should have gone down by a factor of 7, which is quite a significant change. Since we don't, we again verify that the close price in our dataset already accounts for stock splits and everything is relative to the latest price. Furthermore, we can see that the close price and the adjusted close price are not exactly the same. They're very close to being the same at the latest dates, but for the earlier dates they are not the same. This confirms the fact that the adjusted close price does account for dividends, since we know that Apple pays dividends.